Hello and good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Tanner Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the very best version of yourself for the ones you love and care about most. So, today, as you can see, Instagram friends, you can't see this link on the bottom, but today we're talking about the piggyback method. And this is a method that we use to help you form habits. So today's challenge, while you're going through today and you're thinking of, oh, I would like to start that habit. Oh, I would like to quit that bad habit. So habits tend to be either really, really hard to start, like you got to do them for 2 months, 3 months, depending on the person, right? Everybody's different. Sometimes I'll have coaching clients who they'll pick up their habits in a week. And this could be a routine, a workout routine. They will be starting their own business. They will be watching what they're eating in the kitchen and just making better lifestyle choices, such as something small as something I would highly recommend that as a habit people have. It's not as popular as a breathing exercise, maybe some type of meditation, if you're religious, prayer, to kind of get in there, to relax and be in the moment for just a minute in these crazy days. Back to habit forming. So starting that habit, the habit that you do desire, the habit that you want to get going, right? There's good habits. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into the show. Talking about the piggyback method. And we know that the really good habits that we want are hard to start. And we know the bad habits that we have, they suck and they're really hard to break. Humans are ritualistic. We tend to like to do the same things over and over, whether that's just kind of fulfilling this need of certainty, to feel safe, to feel good, to feel like we are enough, that we are getting enough. I know it kind of sounds like, oh, geez, Tanner, I have one piece of candy, and then you're giving me the habit speech, and it's got to go all deep. Well, usually when we do get pulled into things, or we just simply, we want to do something different and we're not doing something different. That's usually when we want to start introducing some of the things like the piggyback method. And the piggyback method is essentially we're piggybacking off of what we are already doing. So that would be today's challenge for you in your own situation, because your own habits and your own personal desires and what it is that you're doing and getting done are going to be slightly different than what it is I am doing, how I'm going about it and getting done. So we're thinking of how we can build better habits off of the ones that we already do. What would be an example of this? All right, let's give it a little more context and clarity, right? So this would be what's something you do every single day? Maybe I'd like to think you brush your teeth every single day, right? So what we could do is we could say we want to take a nutritional supplement. We want to take something to help with our nutrition so we don't have to eat nearly as much fruit and vegetables. We know that we won't eat this stuff. We don't like cooking. We don't like cleaning all that. We're not going to do it. But we know we need this so our skin doesn't look nasty and terrible as we get older. Our guts continue to digest foods. It's important to us. Yada, yada. So what we do is we place the supplement right next to your toothbrush. And you don't get to brush your teeth until you've taken the supplement. That'd be a piggyback example. So what we're trying to do again with the piggyback method of forming better habits is we're trying to take the habits that are non-negotiable. Because if you look at the actions in your life, these are your priorities. Whether you like them or not, whether that's something good, like you're working out consistently, working out's a priority for you, or if you're smoking cigarettes, then that's a priority for you as well. Your actions display your priorities. Those are the true, honest things within our own realities. That is it. So we want to just take those at first, and an easier way to form better habits and break bad ones is to piggyback off of our natural tendencies. Do you eat at a certain time? Maybe we lay out certain foods. Maybe you only go out to eat for lunch at work. This is when you're terrible with spending money. This is when you're going out to eat all the time, eating unhealthy stuff. That would be a great time to pack up some meals before you do something else you do every day, and then have them around just for lunch. Because you tend to have a lot more control in the mornings. You tend to have more control in the evenings, but we need to piggyback and make it easier for ourselves. Maybe you take the meal that you made and you go drive to the park to go eat it instead of driving, because you're already in the car, you're already driving, you already have the meal. Along these lines, we're kind of double tag teaming, triple teaming the piggyback method with that. So how can we apply? So it's like, Tanner, I don't need a nutritional supplement, and I don't go out to eat at lunch. I need to read more books. I need to make more sales calls. What we can do, something that I do for the piggyback method for sales calls in particular, because this seems to be one in business that people struggle with a lot. At first I hated it, but now I'm starting to get some returns for it, so it's definitely worth it. But at first it sucks. Just contacting people about your business, what it is you're doing, how you're going about it, can be a real pain, and it can feel like you're getting rejected a lot. I get it. It's not a fun experience. What we can do is piggyback that with something maybe we really like to do, such as when I was making zero calls, I wasn't telling anybody about my business, wasn't telling anybody, wasn't going on here, wasn't doing a show, wasn't contacting people. I was just creating content, and I was just kind of nervous to reach out to them because I thought life coaching was, the verbiage for it was kind of weird, and some personal insecurities on my end, right? We're just simply not reaching out because we don't want to get rejected. Well, the piggyback method, I like to go walk on, me and also my mom loved this spot on the canal walking, and I would go park in the parking lot, and then before I could get out and go walk, I would bring my AirPods with me, and with my phone, and I already have 5 numbers ready to go. And I would just call these 5 people, whether it went good or whether it went bad. But I just piggybacked off the fact that I was already in my car, I was already moving, and then I'm about to go do something really fun. And for myself, it's like I can give 5 minutes to just make some calls, to introduce myself to somebody, to let them know who I am, what it is that I do. I'm a life coach. I help coach people, and I buy real estate, and I fix it up, and I rent it out, and then I pull my money back out through refinances, real estate investing, right? Life coaching, real estate investing. I need to continue to tell people this is what we're doing so they can actually learn and benefit from the service. So finding more ways to piggyback off of your current habits. Maybe you need to just set a book on your pillow at night, and don't bring your cell phone into the room. Don't bring your cell phone into your bedroom. Stop staring at that stuff, who knows if the blue light thing is bad for you or not. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But leaving your cell phone out of the room and putting a book on your pillow, you're like, Tanner, I can't read at night. I drink a few beers. I smoke some pot. I'm trying to relax. I can't read before bed. Maybe that's the habit we're trying to piggyback off of and break a little bit. Maybe we pick your favorite drink that you like that doesn't have alcohol in it, so you can continue to read or do something along those lines. So habit forming can be very, very tough. It can take months. Ask yourself, what habit is I want to form? What habit is it that I want to break? And what is something in between? It kind of seems like that's the theme of where we're always going back to, is something in between. Excuse me. excuse me, something in between with what it is that we're trying to do for our habits. So again, the challenge to you today would be to find some way to piggyback off of what you're currently doing. What is it that you do every single day? And how could you form a habit off of that? Something that you non-negotiable, I got to do this shit today. I got to do this. It has to get done. Everyone has their non-negotiables. Everybody. Just if we look at our actions and you really look at what you're doing with your time, I guarantee there's like 3 to 5 things that you do every single day, no matter what. And you just got to learn to piggyback off of those cornerstones to get some momentum going. Once people start seeing results, like for example, we were talking about making calls. One of my clients, she was deathly afraid of rejection, hated not calling people, trying to get a hold of them for a business. And then we started doing it. We literally sat down together. And I will do this for you as well. I do this with people all the time. I sat in a room on a video call, and it's like, we're not doing anything until you call people. Nothing. We're not doing nothing until you call people. And then just having the accountability and the presence there. She picks up the phone. She makes 5 calls, gets 5 no's. And on the 6th call, she makes a sale for $1,200. $1,200. And as soon as she got the check for $1,200, she was like, holy shit, this is great. And then now she's a calling machine, and her business is literally 10x'd in the last 30 days. So who knows? Maybe it's just one of these small shifts for you in your own business, for your own habits. This could be working out, eating good foods, being sober, drinking less alcohol, or making more calls for your business, going out. Maybe we just need to print out some flyers and we need to go door knock. We need to loosen ourselves up a little bit, piggyback off. You want to go for a walk? Maybe you print off some flyers and you go drop these off. Oh, by the way, this is a flyer that I've been handing out to assisted living facilities. I have a group home that I'm trying to get some rooms rented out for. I'll put that in the camera. That's the address. If you know somebody who wants to live here, these are rooms for rent. I help pay for food. I pay for the utilities. You get an individual room, and then you share bathrooms and kitchens and stuff. If you know someone who's trying to move in there, I'm trying to fill it up. So please, I'll add some details for that later, by the way. Also, I have a garage for rent. But real estate aside, we're talking about building habits and having to put ourselves out there. So that's it. That's all we have for today. I wanted to talk about and challenge, and you think about in your own space to kind of give it a nice little wrap up. Think of the habits that you do every single day. These are your major priorities. This is the non-negotiables. And then think of how you can attach a new good habit or get away and break an old bad one by using the piggyback method with your non-negotiables. If you have more questions on this, do not ever hesitate to reach out to me. You can reach out to me on my social media handles at Talk to Tanner. We're under Talk to Tanner for the big main 5 ones. Or you can reach out to talktotanner.com and you can specifically book a free meeting with me to break down what it is, the habits that you want to be breaking, the habits you want to be starting, and how the hell the piggyback method makes any sense for you in your situation. And that's why I like the one-on-one method so much. Everyone's running 100 different directions, all fucking crazy. And we break it down. We put a plan together, as we were talking about yesterday, the 5 C's of planning. Today, we're talking about having those habits to be able to follow up on those 5 C's, right? This all works together. That makes sense. But that's it for me. I'm over on time. Tuesday is my heavy coaching day. So here in about 20, 30 minutes, we got bug up. We're going to help some people. We're going to get some stuff done, and we're going to keep moving forward. Afternoons. In the afternoon, if you're in town, you might be seeing me handing these flyers out. If anyone wants to come join me and help me out, I greatly appreciate it. But we'll be handing out flyers. We'll be grinding. We'll be getting it done. And so I guess I better get to work so we still have enough time to work out afterwards before my lady gets home. But that's it for me. Everyone have a wonderful day. Think about the piggyback method, the habits that you're breaking. You're trying to form new ones and see how this works for you. This is the Talk to Tanner Morning Show, episode 121, 124, 124, damn. 124, the piggyback method. I'm out. I'm bouncing.